Morning, sister, and my dear students. I hope you and your family members are fine and safe at home. Stay home, stay safe. Today, our subject is commerce. Yes, you already know commerce is said to be the part of the business and part of our daily life. So, without commerce, there is no business. And you already know about the term capital. Yes, the amount which is invested in the business, particularly to start the business. The amount which is invested to start the business is known as capital amount. For example, if I am investing rupees 10 lakhs in my business, then my capital amount is said to be rupees 10 lakhs. I repeat again, the capital is said to be rupees 10 lakhs. But this amount is not sufficient for me to further take over my business. So, in this cases, I am in an idea to raise my capital. That is, I am going to add my capital. That is, I am in need of additional capital. In this case, I am going to raise my capital by means of shares and debentures, because I am not interested in getting the bank loans. So, the next way for me to raise the capital is only by means of shares and debentures. Yes, debentures, that is for my business. Just we are taking as an example the rupees. But 100 rupees is not sufficient for a business. We have to assume it as 100 rupees. For my business, if I am in need of rupees 100 and I am going to get that 100 rupees from a single person. That single person may be my friend or a relative or a family member. Whomever it may be, no problem. But I am going to get that 100 rupees from a single person. And the person who is going to give me that 100 rupees is called as debenture holder. The single person here, we call him as a debenture holder. And for this debenture holder, monthly we have to provide him interest. Every month from our profit amount, we have to provide him interest amount. Yes, and now this debenture holder is said to be the creditor of our company, because always debentures are said to be the loan of the company, and the person who is giving debenture is said to be the creditor of the company. Yes, so this is one way of raising capital for my company. The next way is by means of shares. Yes, already we saw one example. In the same way, for shares also, the same 100 rupees. If I am getting these 100 rupees from 10 different persons, then that amount is said to be shares. If I get this 100 rupees from a single person, that is said to be a debenture. But if I get this 100 rupees from 10 different persons, then the amount is said to be shares. That is, 10 different persons are sharing my capital. And here the person who are sharing my capital are called as shareholders. The person who is giving debenture, we call them as debenture holder, and the person who provides shares, we call them as shareholders. And also, shareholders are the real owners of the company. And I already said debenture holders are the creditors of the company. But shareholders are the real owners of the company. Because of them only I am raising my capital. And for this shareholders also, we have to provide monthly interest. But the important thing is, here we denote the shareholders interest as dividend. When it is given to debenture holders, we can denote it as interest. But the same interest, when it is given to shareholders, we have to denote it by the word dividend. Yes, can you understand the difference between interest and dividend? When it is given to debenture holders, it is said to be interest. But the same interest, when it goes to shareholders, it is to be denoted as dividend. Now I can raise my capital by means of shares and also by debentures. Now these shares and debentures are also called as securities, that is financial securities, and the other name is stocks. I repeat again, shares and debentures are also called as securities and stocks or else financial securities. Now these stocks are to be traded. We already know trade. Trade means buying or selling, and we can say it is exchange also. So now these stocks are to be traded in a place, and that place is here named as stock exchange. So children, today our topic is stock exchange. Yes, our lesson is stock exchange. Stock exchange is an organized market for trading of securities. Why it is said to be an organized market? Because it follows the rules and regulations given by SEBI. Always stock exchange follows the rules and regulations given by SEBI. So it is said to be an organized market. And the trading here is conducted as per rules and regulations given by SEBI. Whenever you think of stock exchange, the next word you should keep in your mind is stock exchange is an organized market. Yes. Next, we learn the definition of stock exchange. The first definition is given to us by the author Hastings. That is, you already know definitions always starts from the quotes and end with the quotes. You should not do any alterations in between the definitions. It is a very important 2-mark questions. Learn the definitions. Yes, stock exchange or securities market, that we already know. Stocks means shares and debentures. So it is said to be a stock exchange. Securities also same meaning. And it comprises all the places. That is, it is a place for both the buyer and sellers. Buyers, who are the buyers? We are the buyers. We are the investors and we are the buyers. And who is the seller? The companies are the sellers. What they are going to sell and buy? The stocks and bonds. And are their representatives. If the buyers and sellers are not able to come, their representatives can come instead of them. And they undertake the transactions. What is the transaction? It involves sale of securities. This is the definition given by Hastings. The second definition is given by Dockery. That is, stock exchanges are privately organized markets which are used to facilitate trading in securities. The same thing, it is an organized market, we already know, because it follows the rules and regulations given by SEBI, and it is used to facilitate trading in securities, that is buying and selling of securities, or we can say it as exchanging of securities. We have to say in one word, that is stock exchange is an organized market for trading in securities. So these are the definitions given by Hastings and Dockery. Next come the origins of stock exchange. First one is the oldest stock exchange in the world, that is Amsterdam Stock Exchange. Second one is oldest stock exchange in India, that is Bombay Stock Exchange. And the third one is popular stock exchange in the world, that is London Stock Exchange. Yes. In today's class, we learnt about stock exchange. First, we learnt about the meaning of stock exchange. Next, definition of stock exchange given by two authors, Hastings and Dockery. And next, we learnt origin of stock exchange. So, today your homework is learn two definitions according to the author name and along with the meaning also. The remaining will continue in the next class. Thank you, children.